Hello, what is up with you mga guys? Ako na naman po si Kion at ito na naman po tayo sa isang bagong video dito sa ating munting mundo dito sa YouTube. At ngayon po, ang segment po natin ngayon ay pinamagatang Everything Under the Sun. Yan. Kung napansin niyo po sa nakaraang video, naglaro po tayo ng MLBB dahil po besides everything else, like you and me, isa po, gaming is part of my life. Gaming is an anti-stress, isang time to relax. Medyo maging intense minsan, pero gaming is a part of me and I've been playing games since as early as I can remember, maybe 5 years old, playing arcade, different kinds of MOBA games, maybe both in PC and in PC or in mobile format. But then one game ay nilalaro ko ay inabot ng matagal bago ko inadapt, which is Minecraft. I only played Minecraft when dumating yung pandemic, nung nagkaroon ng pandemic. And it's all thanks to one group of people, to one group of content creators na nakitaan ko na ang ganda, sobrang nakita ko yung passion nila. Which is yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Ito po ang story ng KadaCraft. So ano nga ba yung KadaCraft? KadaCraft is a Minecraft SMP or survival multiplayer game na o saan maraming mga players, different content creators from different places in the Philippines ay nagsama-sama para maglaro ng Minecraft. So ito ay sinimulan ni Sly the Miner or si Kuya Hansel. Or kuya nga ba? Hindi ko alam. Alam ko mas matanda ako sa kanya. Ayan. Si Sir Hansel. Yan na isa lang naman ang purpose ng kanyang ginawang server or ginawang grupo is to play Minecraft with other players na gusto talaga maglaro ng Minecraft. And ang requirement, syempre para maging member ng KadaCraft is consistency. Maging consistent ka sa paglalaro ng Minecraft. At syempre, magkaroon ka ng good mindset na hindi you're there to enjoy with other people, to have great time with other people. And actually, eventually nakagawa ito na isang magandang pamilya ng mga content creators, mga players na nag-expand from I think around 20 or 18 na nagsimula sila up to now na nasa around almost 30 na sila or 30 or 35 ganun. And this video will be just a little token of appreciation to their story. Kung ano nga ba naging story ng buong KadaCraft. So KadaCraft started around 2020 during the pandemic. Like everyone else, walang masyadong ginagawa, nasa bahay lang, and eventually napagdesisyonan nilang gumawa ng servers starting from Kuya Sly the Miner. And kung kilala nyo yung mga big names pagdating doon sa content creator nung panahon na yun, si B, si MC Hero, then eventually King FB, Christian PH, which is one of our favorite content creators bago pa man siya naging party noon, Roblox. Eventually, nung medyo nasa height na sila ng kanilang popularity. So, tignan natin, ano nga ba nangyari sa KadaCraft every season? So, yan. So, let's start with the genesis of KadaCraft, which is KadaCraft Season 1. So, sa KadaCraft Season 1, which is kung naabutan nyo or nanonood na kayo nun, it's just a simple, just have fun type of gaming. Wala pa silang masyadong mga structures or yung mga ginagawa nila ngayon na mga planadong bagay na ginagawa nila sa mga susunod na season. It is just build, enjoy, have fun, and dito mo makikita yung mga core concepts nila. Like magkakaroon tayo ng shopping district. Then may kanya-kanya silang lugar. Andito din may mga gumagawa na ng kanya-kanyang tema, like medieval, like semi-modern, meron namang gumagawa ng Japanese build. I think so, may Japanese build naman nun, not sure. Pero nagsimula but then maraming mga players dito na maaaring hindi nyo nakilala ngayon, like si Slymos, na lagi ko na pagkakamalan na si Sly the Miner, pero ibang player siya. Meron siyang sariling YouTube channel at hindi siya si Sly the Miner. Slymos lang siya. Siya si Slymos. And dito talaga yung hype, dito talaga nagsimula nung kinakapapa nila kung yung gusto nilang gawin. And it takes most of them just around 30 to 40 episodes. Pinakababa na yung 20 kasi nga it's just a first step ng kanilang paglalaro ng Minecraft nang sama-sama. Most of them are individual players or nagko-collab lang by certain content. Ngayon, first time nila talaga maglaro as a full na community na naglalaro ng Minecraft. Now, by the jump of Season 1 to Season 2, at Season 1 at Season 2 pala is played in the Bedrock or the Mobile Legends or the Minecraft Pocket Edition. Kaya expect yung sobrang malag at limited pa since ito ay before ng Nether update. So sobrang limited pa yung mga ginagawa nila. But then you have seen many awesome structures during that time, especially Kuya B na gumawa ng maraming mga kakaibang structures during that time, which is makikita nyo yung creativity nila from the get-go. Then Season 2 came. Now, Season 2, dito nadagdag sila King FB. And di ko na paalala kung ano yung sequence, kung sino ang nadagdag nung time na yun. But one of the notables is of course King FB. King FB started the role-playing genre in Kadacraft SMP. So, doon nagsimula sila magkaroon ng role-playing. So, ano yung role-playing? Gumagawa sila ng mga skits, dramas, mga plays within the Minecraft SMP para magkaroon ng onting kulay, vibrant. So, of course, kilalang-kilala ng iba to na dito napakilala napakilala si Robot God o si Manus Deus. Dito rin naman napakilala yung entities like si Mephisto and then yung sumad kay JC Great. Hindi ko masyadong maalala yung pangalan. But then dito mas dumami yung mga viewers sila kasi nagkaroon niya ng story, nagkaroon ng kulay. And of course, nagkaroon sila ng mas maraming uri ng paggagawa ng buildings. Naging more structuralized. And syempre, who can forget the underwater shopping district na sobrang pinag-effortan nila para makapag-construct doon, magawa ng beacon, tama ba? Basta yung ginagamit para makahinga sa ilalim ng dagat. And dito lumabas yung creativity talaga ng bawat isa. Like, especially Kuya B, naggumawa ng SpongeBob doon sa ilalim ng lupa. Since ito nga po ay, ang mapa po nila dito is mostly underwater. Most of them really created underwater and snow. Naging challenge sa marami sa kanila kung paano gumawa ng base, paano gumawa ng structures within the confines ng kanilang terrain or kanilang naging mapa during that time. But then, Season 2 Season 2 ended wanting the Bedrock Edition. Kasi, from then on, lilipat na sila sa Java. Java is more optimized. Java is more reliable in online multiplayer gaming or contenting, since most of it is 100% nasa PC na. Dito lalabas yung peak ng Kadacraft, which is Season 3. Kung tatanungin nyo lahat ng mga nanonood ng Kadacraft, of course, they will always say, from then on until now, na sana bumalik kayo sa attitude nyo, sa kasipagan nyo nung Season 3. Why? Season 3 is undeniably their most fruitful and their most jam-packed season. Most of them, all of them, have reached 50, 40, 60, 70 episodes. Most of them are very masipag during this time kasi nga hindi na malag. They have more structuralized how they zone or paano nila piniplace yung isa't isa. And sabi nga, almost 1,000 blocks yung territory nila sa bawat isa. So, hindi na dikit-dikit. And sobrang ganda na ng mga binibuild sila dito. Nakita natin si Sly the Miner, first time niya mag-modern build, nag-Japanese build. Yung iba nag-modern, yung iba nag-medieval. And of course, dito yung height ng kanilang role-playing. Dito nakita natin yung pagkalaban ni Manus Deus at ni Sudsunam, which is most highlighted with the roleplay of King FB, MC Hero, even Lady Su with his alter ego. And then andyan din yung pagkakakilala natin kay Craftchan PH or kay Christian, which is pinakita sa atin in a simple glimpse. So, bottom line, yung Season 3 is revolving more on the roleplay or the continuity of the storylines. Dito din natin nakita yung iba't ibang height ng role-playing na ginagawa. May mga micro roleplays, like nung panahon nagpagawa ng minigame si Kuya Sly ng para mabuhay niya, si Banayad. And also, dito din nakikita natin ko yung height nung talagang characterization ng bawat isa. Na si King FB, siya yung medyo may scheming type. Si Kuya Sly, si number 1 scammer talaga all way round. Kung naalala nyo yung Casa de MCAS, talagang yun yung height ng pag-ni-scam ni Kuya Sly sa mga members ng Kadacraft. Si B, kung paano niya nagagawang gumawa ng kwento kahit hindi niya kailangan ng ibang tao, kailangan lang niya ng plot point or kailangan niya ng pagpupukusan, makakahanap siya ng storyline, like yung pusa na si Sabrina the Cutie the Uwu. Yan. And then si Prinsesa Arte na inadapt niya from Season 2. Alam ko Season 2 pa si Prinsesa Arte. Yeah. And also si MC Hero, si at iba't iba pang mga roleplay na ginagawa nila during that time. And until now, Season 3 is revered and known as the most beautiful Kadacraft season ever. Kasi nga, ito yung time na hindi sila ito yung pagitan ng mawawala na yung pandemic. Kaya talaga ito na yung very high. Ito na yung very hyper sila. And since kapupunta nga lang nila ng Java, sobrang hype yung energy nila to enjoy playing without any lag or any kind of problem within connections. And then, Season 4 came. Yan. Season 4, I think, ito yung, for me, yung underrated or the wasted season. Why? siya yung underrated and wasted season kasi ang naganda ng intro niya. Ang intro ng Kada Craft Season 4 is they are in a dream world or in other dimension kung saan doon sila nagsimula. Dito din natin nakilala sila Roblox, Meet the Reaper, si Ate Nilian, si Claridori, si Ate, at yung iba pang mga members na dinagdag during this time. And then, nagising sila after a few episodes. Dito rin natin nakita ni writ off or tinanggal sa storyline si Kuya Starseer dahil kailangan niyang mag-aral or mag-focus sa studies, which is hanggang ngayon hindi pa yata siya totally nakakabalik sa Kada Craft. I'm hoping to see you soon, Kuya Starseer, sa Kada Craft soon. And also, andun din yung point na nagising sila into a new dimension after ng lahat ng pangungulit sa kanila ni Mephisto in the form of Kalapish or Christian PH. So yeah, during this time, during this time, si Kuya Christian PH, iba-iba ang pangalan na kinagamit niya doon. May minsan Crafton PH, minsan Christian PH, minsan Kalapish, or madalas Kalapish. Kasi Kalapish talaga yung pangalan ng karakter niya doon. But then, yun yan, nakikita natin yung sayang, yun yung part na nakikita kong sayang kasi doon pa lang sa plot point na yun, maganda sana kung na-carry on yun during the Kada Craft Season 4 series, pero for me, hindi siya ganung napagbigyan na or napagbigyan. I think one of the highlights of Season 4 is the Paraparogy versus yung nagkakabayo, nakalimutan, Alpha Kokak, na it take almost the whole season. Then after that, wala na. Why? Season 4 is the height of the damage of Roblox in Kada Craft. No, wag na nating linisan pa. Kada Craft was heavily damaged by Roblox that time. Why? Kasi nga Roblox is very smooth or very easy lang gawa ng content. So most of the players in Kada Craft is playing Roblox during that time, the height of the anime adventures. Then syempre kahaitan ng Black Fruits, ng Pet Simulator, Site Simulator X. So, pero bago mo na mabagalit ang si mga tao dyan, we must understand they are content creators. Most of them is living off content creating. Marami sa kanila ginawa ng trabaho ang pagko-content. So, they need to do content continually and efficiently and consistently para magkaroon ng revenue or magkaroon ng pagkakakitaan. Kaya talagang inevitably talaga na kailangan nilang humanap ng ibang content bukod lang sa Kada Craft, bukod lang sa Minecraft para ma-sustain yung paggawa nila ng content at therefore paggawa nila ng money, which is yun talaga yung nangyari. Inevitably ganun yung nangyari. Nagkaroon sila ng kinailangan nila na mag-switch sa Roblox from time to time until eventually nakikita natin paunti na ng paunti yung episode nila sa Kada Craft. Actually, ito yata yung pinaka-lowest na episodes na nagawa ni Kuya Sly, which is around 23, 24, 25 episodes from the height of having around 70 episodes no season 3. So, I think marami yan na-disappoint during this time. Maraming nag-i-spam sa chat na wag na sa mga content nila ng Roblox. Minecraft naman. Which is sinasabi naman ni Kuya Sly at iba pang content creator na wag lang Minecraft yung panoorin nyo kami. Kung sinusuportan nyo talaga, panoorin nyo kami sa Roblox. Panoorin nyo kami sa ibang channel ko like Jolly Sly or sa ibang members. Naglalaro din kami ng tawag dito, Brookhaven. Yung panoorin nyo kami doon. May mga EO tribute din ko. Then may Nanik din ako. Panoorin nyo kami. Ganun. And then, of course, one of the most dito rin nagkaroon ng onting controversy. So, because of someone that hindi ko napapangalanan ngayon na hanggang ngayon, tinatanong pa rin ng mga Kada Craft Kada Craft enthusiast or Kada Craft fanbase na bakit siya nawala, which is sinabi naman nila ito sa kanilang show na Kada, na kayabangan ang bunga, ay kayabangan ang dahilan kung bakit, or hindi magandang pakikisama sa kanila ang dahilan kung bakit, which is true. Kasi one thing na nangyari sa Kada Craft is maraming tao or mga players na naglaro ng Kada, na nasa Kada Craft ngayon, ang na-boost ang fanbase dahil sa Kada Craft is a well-established SMP or community sa YouTube. Kaya once you're part of Kada Craft, there is no question na ikaw rin magiging parte ka ng Kada Craft, is magkakaroon ka ng 1,000 plus boost sa subscribers, 500 boost sa subscribers. But then, hindi yun ibig sabihin na you're just being obnoxious already, or you're going to be mayabang. Maging mayabang ka kung marami kang ambag, pero eventually makikita, yung attitude kasi talaga yung makikita kung ano nga ba talaga yung magiging resulta. Kung ikaw ba ay dapat talagang magstay or hindi, or kailangan na namin lumayo sa'yo. Kaya yun lang. Naging resulta nun, umalis yung taong yun sa Kada Craft, and actually nakikita mo yung pagiging bitter niya, kasi makikita mo sa comments niya every time na makikita niyo yung mga last videos niya bago siya tumigil maglaro sa YouTube or mag-upload sa YouTube, is meron doon nakalagay na Roblox mayabang. Yun nga. And hindi lang man siya, maraming mga members din naman na nawala eventually, pero I think siya yung one of the marquee na nawala, kasi nga sobrang hype or sobrang ganda ng mga content niya, but eventually nga kung wala kang pakikisama, or kung sabi nga nila sa kada show, kung wala kang pakikisama, hindi ka marunong makibagay, at hindi mo na ilalagay yung skills mo kung saan lang siya nakalagay, kundi nalalagay din siya sa ulo, nagiging kayabangan, eventually will go out sa Kada Craft. Kaya sa mga gusto dyan maging part ng Kada Craft, una lahat, skills, consistency, and syempre, pakikisama. Yeah. Then, after Kada Craft Season 4, I think one of the reason din kung bakit Kada Craft Season 4 is the underrated and one of the sayang seasons, is that maraming hindi naka-appreciate sa ginawa ni Roblox, which Carnelian at ng iba pang members during the Season 4, which is dito na-introduce ang modding or pagkakaroon ng mods. From Season 4 then on, di na sila vanilla Minecraft. They are now completely the Kada Craft na sobrang modded na. Marami na kayo makikita pagbabago sa mga screens ng mga members, mga bagay na ginagawa nila. I don't know if yung free cam ay na-introduce na during this time or Season 5 pa. But then, yun nga, yung maraming mga tao nagsasabi, cheat, di na, boring na, balik kayo sa vanilla. Pero, yun nga kasi, mods is for the improvement of the gameplay. Maraming mga taong hindi nakakaintindi doon. Which is yun yung dahilan bakit I think the most underrated season ng Season 4, kasi kung ma-appreciate nyo lang kung ano yung ginawa nila to better your experience habang nanonood sa kanila, is sayang hindi nyo na-appreciate. But for those sa mga naka-appreciate like me, na-appreciate ko yung Kada Craft Season 4. And also, sayang lang sobrang abrupt ng ending ng Season 4, which is hindi ko na nga din makalala kung anong exactly yun. I need to rewatch. Kasi, yes, I rewatch Kada Craft seasons every now and then. At yun nga, sobrang daming potential ng Season 4 na hindi na nagawa, kasi nga, which from that time on, naglalaro na sila ng Roblox at ng Roblox. And from that day on, asahan nyo, pababa ng pababa yung activity nila kasi nga, they are going over the more short form and easier version na pwede nilang may upload like Roblox, playing other games, especially Questline. Then, yun nga, pagkakaroon ng ibang content to adjust to their algorithm or to their to the people who will watch them, which is right na during this time around 2024 2023 is mga matatanda na mga college na for sure, and others like me nagtatrabaho na during the time. Then came Kadacraft 5. Kadacraft 5, of course, ito yung height ng building. Sobrang gaganda ng mga building nila dito, like the City Hall, the City Hall, the structure na ginawa nila, especially when during the part na si Kuya Roblox na ang mayor ng Kadacraft, hindi na si Kuya Sly, since si Kuya Sly is more inactive na during that time, coming more and more inactive. But then, dito nagsimula yung mega builds as a normal thing. Marami na sana nagtatayo ng builds normally large, talagang large. And dito wala masyadong roleplay during this season, as I remember. Mas maaalala mo siya as this time na nagkaroon lamang ng onting roleplay during the time na nagkakaroon ng transition sa mayorship, and yung mga mini roleplay na ginagawa ni Kuya King, kasi si Kuya King is the roleplay master during the season, all the seasons. Kaya yun yung nangyari. And also, most of them just have a few episodes during this time. And also, in season 5, hindi ko na maalala kung sino-sino exactly yung bagong members dito. Pero during this time, mas makikita nyo highlight dito is mas nangamayagpag yung mga new members and yung mga season 4 inductees like Roblox, Chris Carnelian, Claridori, Zerifay. Dahil nga medyo naglaylo talaga yung mga old members. Ito yung height ng kanilang paglalaro ng Roblox. Kaya talagang sobrang marami din nang di nanonood during this time. Only few became faithful enough to stay in the Kadacraft shows, since mas marami ng episodes is galing sa mga new members, even though hina-hype na sila ng mga old members na manood kayo sa mga bagong members, wag lang sa amin. But din hinahanap-hanap yung big three, like yung big three na si Sly, si B, tsaka si King. Hinahanap din si Kalapish. Hinahanap din yung mga ibang members. Nasaan sila Kuya Zerk, si Master Zerk, si Kuya Starseer, babalik pa ba siya? Like that. And then came Kadacraft Season 6. Kadacraft Season 6, dito natin nakilala sila Trinil at iba pang mga test members o yung mga test members ng Kadacraft, which is even Play of L, Kuya L, join into the fun. At dito nagkaroon ng invasion angle, or nagkaroon ng angle na ini-invade ng ibang tao yung Kadacraft. And also before Kadacraft Season 6, one of the highlights of Kadacraft Season 6 also is before it nagkaroon ng side story si Kuya King. So nag-travel siya in different dimensions para alamin kung saan papunta, saan ang daan pabalik sa Kadacraft. And nakilala niya doon yung maraming mga versions ni Kuya ng ibang mga Kadacraft members, and also dito rin niya ulit na come face to face sa kanyang alter version na yung pala siya si Sudsunong pala yung kanyang alter version. So, which is naging cliffhanger na kasi hindi naman siya nasundan in Kadacraft Season 6, kasi nga Again, the Roblox problem, maraming mga sa kanila naglaro na talaga ng Roblox at medyo hindi na sila talaga naging active. Even though nakapag-abot pa rin sila ng 20 to 30 episodes, but most of the higher 40s episodes is mga new members na. And I think I need to address it na magaling yung mga bagong members. Sobrang ganda ng storylines or maganda yung mga builds nila. So, ito lang talaga. Dito talaga lumabas yung nostalgia sa mga nanonood na hinahanap nila yung mga lumang members. Pero yung mga lumang members, lagi lang sinasabi, manood muna kayo sa mga bago. Which is, I think, fair. Kasi, hindi naman pwedeng maglaro sila ng Kada Craft forever. Or pwedeng magstay lang sila sa Kada Craft forever. These already have families. Marami sa kanila naging magka-inlababo na nga kung tutuusin. Which is, dapat ma-appreciate din natin na kahit gano'n, nag-upload pa rin sila kahit onte or a few episodes. But then, yun nga, at on the other side, as a fan of Kada Craft, syempre, hinahanap din namin sila. Hinahanap din namin kayo. Pero, eventually talaga, kinailangan mag-move on, kinailangan mag-evolve ng mga Kada Craft members. Kaya yun, eventually, Kada Craft is more on the new members na, which is will go to Kada Craft Z. Kada Craft Z or Kada Craft the Zombie Edition is another knock of the other dimension genre. So napunta sila sa isang lugar na puro zombie at iba't ibang kakaibang creatures, which is also na foreshadow na season 6 kasi sa season 6 kung bukod sa modded na sila, may iba't iba silang tinry. Meron iba sa kanila, may napunta sa RL Craft. Meron sa kanila parang yung mod na magagawa ka ng iyong sariling civilizations na nasa loob mismo ng Kada Craft and everything in between. Kaya, Kada Craft C is the culmination talaga ng kanilang pagiging modded, which is, yun nga, nakita natin, they survive in the place kung saan punong-puno ng zombie, and makikita nyo maraming mga kakaibang gamit na dinagdag doon mula sa iba't ibang mods, which is I think marami ang hindi nanonood talaga during this time kasi nga malayo na to from the regular or the typical Kada Craft na pinapanood nila, kaya eventually marami din talaga ang nagpahinga muna sa panonood kasi from what I seen more even Kuya B has less than 1,000, more than just around above 1,000 viewers during this time nung nagpumunta siya ng Kada Craft Z, even Kuya Roblox, which is less than the height of Kada Craft. And I think yun nga, eventually marami ng mga lumang viewers ang tumanda and hindi na-address yung gusto nila, which is magkaroon sana ng time na fully focus lang sa Kada Craft yung mga members. Kaya niya, marami na salang hindi nanood. But then, doon sa mga faithful, I salute you. Like, I salute myself. Kasi nga, we're not after kung sino yung nandoon, kundi we're after to support the members. Which is yun naman talaga yung hinihiling nila. Support them, not just in Minecraft, but in other ventures. Then, come Kada Craft 7, which is the Kada Craft season right now, which is, I think it's safe to say na on hold lang siya, or in quarantine, or on rest lang muna. So, Kada Craft 7 started with the reality na hindi pala si Kuya Sly yung kasama nila from season 4. Ang alam ni Kuya Sly, season 3 pa rin. Which is, nakita naman natin sa cliffhanger niya nung season 3 na nasa ibang na napunta siya sa isang dimensyon na wala ang mga members at umabot sa puntong nabaliw siya. At gumagawa na lang siya ng mga mga frames or mga armor frames na may ulo ng mga Kada Craft members at nagro-roleplay siya mag-isa. Which is in Kada Craft 7, nahanap niya na yung mga members at doon sila nagulat kasi nga ang daming ginawang kalokohan nung Sly the Miner na dumating sa Kada Craft nung Kada Craft season 4, 5, and 6. Which is, pinatay sila, maraming ginawang hindi ala, which is biglang naging builder, biglang naging isang mabait na person, hindi scammer. Di daw scammer. Yan. And many other things. And then, siguro naging angle nito is, syempre, yung pala, hindi pala kilala ni Kuya Sly si Aubrey. Lagot ka mamaya. And, syempre, andun din po yung mga storylines ng bawat members, kung paano sila nag-adjust. Then, nagkaroon din po na iba't ibang zone, kanya-kanya na sila ng barangay captain, under one mayor, which is si Kuya B, na eventually, napalitan ni Kuya Tender Jonsi, na dahil nagkaroon, di inactive dun si Kuya B. Dahil nga, kinasal si Kuya B during this season, or nag-busy sa pang-aalaga ng kanyang anak, si Kuya B, during this season. And yun, that's the overall overview of Kadakrap. So, ngayon, ano na nga ba nangyari sa Kadakrap? So, Kadakrap is on a dilemma right now. No, I think there's no reason to cover it up. Most kasi sa kanila is, yun nga, kasabi ko nga sa inyo, they're more after na the more consistent, the more easier, the more short form content that they can produce, like mostly Roblox. And syempre, yung iba sa kanila kailangan nang mag-move on. Meron sa kanila nag-aaral pa, focus sa studies. Yung iba naman may ibang ventures na, may iba nagkaroon na nga ng sariling business. And let's just face it, eventually talaga kailangan maglaylo ng mga members ng Kadakrap. Kasi nga, Kadakrap ay content creation evolves. Maybe one day, uso yung paglalaro lang ng Minecraft, kaya na nung i-sustain yung kanilang living, but eventually, they will find another form of play na kailangan na doon sila mas kikita. Like right now, Grow a Garden is a very, very fruitful content right now. And also, doon din, dumating yung Anime Defenders, and nagkaroon din ng iba't ibang short form content sa Roblox. Then, si Kuya Sly, naglaro na ng mga iba't ibang laro in Jolly Sly. And many other things na ginagawa ng mga members. And some of them also is hindi na rin kaya talaga maglaro na ng Minecraft kasi nga dumating yung mga bagyo, yung basala na salanta ng bagyo. And dahil doon kailangan nilang mag-reset into more affordable and more easier to do content. Which is begs the question. Ito na nga ba yung katapusan ng Kadakrap? Well, Kuya Sly and the other members will always say no. Hindi pa tapos ang Kadakrap. They are just, sabi nga, nagluluto lang sila ng something to us to get back to. But eventually talaga, for me, Kadakrap really ended around Kadakrap Z. Kasi nawala na yung fan base nila during that time. And nag-adjust na rin yung iba na natanggap na nila na hindi na talaga sila maglalaro ng Kadakrap as they did in Kadakrap Season 3. Na yun na lang talaga yung nostalgia na maaabot nila yung Kadakrap Season 3. Kaya yung iba sa kanila, most of them, nag-adjust. Nanood na ng mga EOT review, ng Nanik, ng mga collab-collab, mga backshot roulette, ng Roblox sa Lazy Sly, Roblox ni B, Roblox ni Starseer, Roblox ni Tender Jonsi, or kung sino man na naglalaro ng Roblox sa kanila. Then also nakisali na sa Brookhaven, mga ganyan. Nag-adjust na yung fan base. Kaya I think Kadakrap will continue, but more for the new members. Yung pinapumunuan na ngayon ni Roblox, ni Roblox, kasi bakit kasi pareho sa Roblox. Pinamumunuan na ngayon ni Roblox na siya na ngayon yung mag-guide sa new generation. And all generation that led by Sly the Miner will now continue in short form content or in a more wider base of content. So, kung tatanungin nyo ako if Kada Crap is now officially over or dead, over na siya for those who is after the nostalgia, who wants the old members to play continually of Minecraft, because from what I see, hindi na staple sa kanila yung Minecraft or Kada Crap. It is just one of the options. Pero ngayon, meron tayong mga new members na from them, staple pa nila or number one love pa rin nila yung Minecraft. Kaya doon pa rin nakabase yung kanilang pagko-content. So we just need to adjust and to live in a day na hindi na talaga, or parang hindi na every year, or hindi na natin makikita yung mga same faces as before. Magpapatuloy ang Kada Crap eventually, for sure. Pero hindi na natin makikita yung same faces. Hindi na natin makikita yung same people na nagbigay sa atin ng enthusiasm. Yeah, I'm still grateful sa Kada Crap kasi doon ko na-enjoy. Doon ko sa kanila ko nagsimulang ma-enjoy yung Minecraft. Until now, I'm playing Minecraft. And yun nga, which is, we will go back to what Slide the Miner says, whenever time na may mga members na may mga viewers na magrereklamo hindi sila makasali sa Kada Crap, which is, ang purpose talaga ng Kada Crap is to have fun, to make friends, pero hindi ito yung tarang golden ticket nyo to stardom. Eventually talaga, ang gusto ni Kuya Slime, mag-inspire lang ng mga people na maglalaro ng Minecraft as a content. Hindi nyo kailangan maging member ng Kada Crap. Hindi kailangan magstay yung Kada Crap as often as it is. We just need to inspire. Kung magiging magaling kayo or magiging successful kayo sa contenting about Minecraft in your own, and you will say that nag-inspire sa inyo is Kada Crap like me, it will be their delight. Matutuwa na sila doon. Hindi niyo kailangang mag-stay or maging dogma sa Minecraft lang or Kada Crap lang. At which is nagawa naman na siguro ng Kada Crap ang purpose nila. Maraming mga content creators ngayon, if they will just be candid, ay masasabi nilang Kada Crap is the key the way they are now playing Minecraft as a content, or Minecraft as a game overall. Marami mga tulad ko na hindi naman nagko-content ng Minecraft pero naglalaro ng Minecraft, which is eventually hindi na mangyayari kasi parang gusto ko rin naman maglaro ng Minecraft as a content. Gusto ko din naman i-share sa inyo kung gusto ko din naman mag-share and mag-improve kasama ninyo eventually siguro sa Kion Place. But then yun nga, Kada Crap needs to evolve, and eventually Kada Crap needs to lie down and to say na we have fight a good fight, and I think it's time to go. Eventually talaga eventually any kind of endeavor needs to end, and I think Kada Crap already met its end. Siguro I will still watch if there is Kada Crap content soon, but officially I think right now is Kada Crap had done its job. The members is now stable, successful content creators. Hindi na nila kailangan ng Kada Crap as a platform. And for those people who watch Minecraft or Kada Crap, I think right now you are playing one. You are now playing Kada Crap, which is the purpose of every kind of SMP na nakikita nyo sa YouTube, to inspire you to play and to enjoy Minecraft and to inspire you as a content creator in general. Let's not view their shift from Kada Crap content to other forms of content as parang wala na, hindi na nila love yung first love nila, balimbing na sila. But let's just take it as an evolution, as a blueprint. Not everything will be the same forever. They need to grow. They need to have another form of content. Kaya, yun, eventually nag-shift sila, and eventually right now, the new guns, the young guns, the new members, is now the people we need to root down for. Kung manunod tayo ng Kada Craft continually, let's continue to support the new members by continually supporting them and continue to finding ways for us to make them feel at home. Yun lang naman. And that's my take on Kada Craft. Personally, I want Kada Craft to continue up to 10, 15 seasons pa, but I think it's very safe to say na it will be generous enough if they will go to 10 seasons. But I think season 7 will be the start of their demise, or the start of the plummeting of Kada Craft to the point na ano na lang sila, throwbacks na lang. Isang lugar na lang kung saan makikita natin yung mga throwbacks ng mga favorite nating Kada Craft members at the height of their content creation, or their what they say, their prime. So yun, I wish good luck for the Kada Craft members kung saan man, ano man ang venture na harapin po ng bawat isa. And don't worry, like me, many of your supporters will be always supporting you, whether sa Lazy Sly, sa Jolly Sly, sa Crazy Sly, sa individual channels na sana mag-upload naman kayo. Kahit hindi na Minecraft, I want to share many things support many things with you eventually. And also para sa mga tao na dogma or kandado talaga na gusto lang Kada Craft and you don't want any other form of content, try to watch them in other content. Masayang tignan sila evolving and growing. So yun lang, this is Everything Under the Sun, and we're just here to unwind and to talk about one of those people who created a fan base na help many people to be inspired by content creation and playing games for having fun and have a community that is healthy, to say the least, and to be happy playing together. So yun lang, salamat po sa oras ng bawat isa. At ako po ulit si Kion, at ito po ulit ang ating munting mundo dito sa YouTube. Let's play, let's have fun, and baka naman ikaw na hinahanap na susunod na gagawa ng bagong Minecraft SMP. Wala masyadong Minecraft SMP dito sa Pilipinas. Baka ikaw na. Kaya huwag ka naman ganap ng Kada Craft. Baka ikaw ang gagawa. Ikaw gawa na susunod ng Kada Craft. Ha? Naghanap ka na. Go. Hanap ka ng members. Go.
Pantay at may taglay, nagaling lakas ng paninindigan at tingang isigaw, Kada Craft aking galawan. Tinutulungan ang isa't isa dahil meron kaming pagkakaisa. Wala kaming inuurungan, mapasurvival o pag-ibang kakayanin namin yan.